So everybody, we made it, and I cannot believe it, but it is that time of year again, the holiday season. So this is the time of year to get the most bang for your buck with all these companies having their Black Friday sales. So definitely stay subscribed because we will be doing videos on not only the iPhone, which is what this one is going to focus on, but also iPads, MacBooks, desk setup, and then finally a budget series. In each one of these videos, we will be giving away one item from the video, so definitely comment down below your favorite item, and the winner will be announced in that following video, so definitely stay subscribed and comment down below, and the winner will be reached out to. But without further ado, let's talk about my favorite iPhone accessories for 2022, and the best ones with the best deals. Let's get into it. So before we get started, just a quick PSA, most of these items are in the MagSafe category, so you will need an iPhone 12 or newer to really take advantage of these accessories, but there are some that are compatible, or at least they have a version for an older iPhone. But let's get started on what I physically have on the iPhone pretty much at all times. So the first one we'll talk about is cases. So in this video, we're going to talk about 3 different cases. Now me personally, I love to have my cases be as thin as possible. The thinner the better, because I usually don't drop my phone. So with these cases, let's go from thinnest to thin. The thinnest case is actually by a company named Totally. They make the ultra thinnest cases on the planet. They're pretty much a glorified skin. They're not the best for drop protection, but for scratches, scuffs, maybe if you have your phone in your pocket with a bunch of keys, this is going to be more than enough. And it comes in a bunch of different colors, including this cool new purple colorway, which matches the purple iPhone 14 perfectly. Now this one does not have an extra MagSafe magnet on there. This is just a plain case. So if you use a lot of MagSafe products next to that, just keep that in mind that it doesn't have an additional MagSafe magnet. Now the next 2 actually do have that MagSafe edition on there to make sure whatever MagSafe products you put on the rear of your phone really stay on there. So the first one is by Pitaka. If you guys know me and follow me on social media like Twitter, which is put right here, Pitaka is one of my favorite case brands Pitaka is one of my favorite case brands because A, the look and feel of it is this aramid fiber, which looks a lot like carbon fiber. It's very thin but very rigid at the same time, and then also they added those new MagSafe magnets to really strengthen whatever MagSafe product or accessory you have on your phone. Pitaka is probably the one that I use the most by far, so definitely kudos to them for making such a great case, and they make it for pretty much any iPhone at this point, and I've been using Pitaka cases since the iPhone 10. And then the last case on this list is by a company called Moft, which we'll have some more products on in a second, but I wanted to include a case that wasn't rigid, that was more of a TPU plastic kind of rubbery style, so it's a little bit easier to hold in the hand, but it adds a lot more thickness, and it's great for drop protection. I think this is the best kind of middle ground between keeping it thin and simple, but then also adding enough drop protection to make sure you know your iPhone won't crack or won't actually fall and leave a dent in one of the corners. And it's a clear, simple case, so if you have a color that you want to show off, this is a great case for you, or if you have a D-brand skin like you want to show off, which I have on the back of my iPhone, not sponsored at all, but it's something that I do like to have. It's a nice little combination to be able to show the rear of the iPhone and the color that I added with the D-brand skin, but also stay protected with that clear case. And then on the front side, I always have a screen protector, but it's always a very random company. So I will leave some of my favorite screen protectors in the description down below because I pretty much just choose whichever one is a glass screen protector and is cheapest at that price point or gives me the most bang for my buck. It's very rare that I go and spend $40 or $50 on a screen protector because in my opinion, the ones that you spend $17 on do the job well enough. And again, I don't really drop my iPhone too often. So now that we have the case and the screen protector out of the way, let's talk about the other accessories that I usually always have on my iPhone. The first one has to be my favorite Magsafe wallet of all time, which is the Moft wallet. Now I've had a ton of Magsafe wallets. I might even make a separate video on just Magsafe wallets in general because I've had them from Andar, I've had the Apple one, I've had Magback, I've had pretty much any brand that you can think of. I've probably owned that Magsafe wallet. And the reason why I love the Moft wallet is for a few reasons. A is because it has a very strong magnet. B is because it's made out of that pleather vegan leather material, so it's very nice to the touch. It still patinas nicely, especially in this black colorway, but again, it's vegan leather, so that's also great to have. Thirdly is the fact that I can hold as many cards as I would really need. So normally with these MagSafe wallets, you can fit 2, maybe 3, max 4 cards if it is made out of leather and it does kind of stretch a little bit. But this one, I don't know what it is, but like I feel like every week or 2 weeks, I'm able to add another card. So in this, I have multiple things. I have a Polaroid picture, I have a PBA card, which is made out of real metal, I have a metal credit card, I have my ID, and then I usually have a 5th card in there, whether it's a debit card or like a hotel card or something, and it all fits very snugly, but also very easy to take out of the actual MagSafe wallet, which is great to have. And like I said, the magnets are strong, so it really stays secure, especially if you have one of those cases that I mentioned that have additional MagSafe magnets on there. And then lastly is just the function, right? The function of this MagSafe wallet is great. It has 3 different kickstand modes. The regular kind of portrait mode one, then you can lay it landscape, and then you can also have it in TV mode, which is something that I call it. which basically just has it in landscape but elevates the phone a little bit more off of the table or whatever the case may be. And I use those functions all the time, especially on Sundays when I'm out and I still want to watch my Miami Dolphins. So definitely leave a dolphin in the comments down below if you made it to this point of the video. But it's definitely not the prettiest in the world because I like the Andar one from a pretty standpoint, but from a function standpoint, it's amazing. And the next MagSafe accessories that I'm going to talk about are actually battery banks. Now, there's been a lot of stuff on Twitter recently that the Apple MagSafe battery bank is the best one when it comes to compatibility and working correctly and making sure that it doesn't get overheated. And honestly, I think that's true, but it is $100 when you do think about it. So these two that I have are actually a great solution. The first one is also by Moft. What I like about this one is that it kind of works in conjunction with the wallet itself. So first off, it is a smaller battery. I believe it's only 2400 milliamp hours. So it's going to give your battery, especially like a Pro Max version, it's only going to give you about 50 or 60% charge. But again, it's there to save you in a pinch whenever you need it. It charges at 7.5 watts. It has not gotten warm to the touch at all. And it also has rear magnets, so you can attach the Moft Magsafe Wallet to the back of the Magsafe battery. So after it's all said and done, you can have all three devices at once. You have the phone, the battery, and the wallet. Even though it is a little bit of a thick boy, it gets the job done when you need it to. But another nice thing about this MagSafe battery pack is it's also made out of vegan leather, so it's very unique in how it's made, and it's one of the thinnest ones that I've personally ever used. So you just slap it on there and you're good to go. But then the second MagSafe battery pack that I use is by Momax. This one is much bigger in terms of thickness, probably about 1.5x the size of the Moft battery pack, but it's also more than 2x the amount of milliamp hours. You have 5000 milliamp hours, which ideally should get you a full charge on a Pro Max phone, whether it's a 13 or 14 Pro Max. I've sat it down and had it charge literally from 10% to 100. But at that point, it does run out of battery. So 5000 milliamp hours, even though it's about 1000 more milliamp hours than the battery inside of the iPhone, you probably won't get the full 5000, but you do charge your phone at least one full cycle via the Momax battery pack. But just know that it is a thick boy. And Momax has a bunch of different ones. They have translucent ones. They have the one that I have right here. They have ones that charge via Lightning, that charge via USB-C. So depending on which cables you have and what fits for you, they have a solution. But this one is one of my favorites. Okay, so now that we have my favorite things that you put physically on the iPhone itself, with the battery packs, the wallet, the cases, let's move on to power. But I'm going to start simple here. The first one I'm going to talk about is by a company called McDodo. This is the newest product that I have out of all the ones that I'm talking about, but it is just a MagSafe puck. And what I really like about this is the uniqueness, because again, a MagSafe puck is pretty boring. You know, you have the white one from Apple, you have a bunch of different ones by other companies, but this one adds a little character to it, right? It has that translucent design on the side that actually connects to the iPhone, which I'm familiar with because I have a lot of products like that. I just like that look. But then on the rear of it actually has two cool functions. The first one is just looking really cool. It looks literally like the arc reactor that Tony Stark has in his Iron Man suit, but then also it has a nice ambient light in there that actually pulses depending on what charge you're on. So if it pulses quick, that means it's charging fast. If it's a solid white color, that means it's fully charged. But I just like the implementation of it. Charges at 7.5 watts, magnetically attaches, and obviously still lets you use the iPhone while it's being charged. And I like that one because it can be on the go, it can be a nightstand one, it can be a desk one, it can be something that you just put like behind your couch that just hangs there for people to use when they are sitting on your couch. So I think this one's great to just have around the house. The second one is a little bit more robust. This one is by Satechi. It is a new 3-in-1, Apple charger. So it's there to charge your iPhone, your Apple Watch, and your AirPods, depending on which one you have. And now this one is more of a stationary charger that you put at your desk or you put on your nightstand. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a very premium, heavy duty. It's not going to go anywhere. 3-in-1 Apple charger. It charges your iPhone at 7.5 watts on the MagSafe charger. It charges your AirPods at 5 watts, and it charges your Apple Watch also at 5 watts. It is not compatible with the new super fast charging of the Apple Watch that came out with the Apple Watch Series 8. It'll still charge the Series 8 by all means, but it'll charge it at that normal speed, not that extra quick speed that Apple introduced with the new charging pucks. So that is brand new by Satechi. I love it. That is my new desk charger of choice. I had Satechi's 2-in-1 for the longest time, which I'll show you guys with some B-roll. That one's also a great product if you guys want to check that one out. It just doesn't have the Apple Watch charger, but if you want to save a few bucks and you don't need the Apple Watch charger, then this one is going to be more than enough. But then also one more thing about the 3-in-1 is that Apple Watch charger is a USB-C charger that just actually comes off, and you can charge it with anything. So if you just want to plug it into your computer and charge your Apple Watch, or plug it into its own charging brick and charge your Apple Watch, that can easily be done with this new little addition. And then lastly, from a charging standpoint, I have this 3-in-1 foldable kind of like MagSafe duo looking thing by a third-party company called Zebra. This thing has been awesome. This has been my travel charger of choice. and for so many reasons, but the main one is just how compact it is and how lightweight it is. So when you're not using it, when it's in your bag, you just tri-fold it, and it's this little square that you throw into your backpack, and it just stays there at all times. You can use this in so many different orientations. You can lay it flat to charge all 3 devices. You can put it into a triangle so you have a stand while you're also charging your Apple Watch, or you can have it completely tri-folded and use it almost as a MagSafe puck, which I've used in the past before on an airplane because I didn't have a lightning cable. This is the only charger that I had. I slapped it on the back of my iPhone, plugged the USB-C in, and then I was charging. So this 3-in-1 kind of foldable design by Zebra is amazing. Highly, highly recommend it. It does sometimes get a little bit warm to the touch, but nothing too crazy. And again, for $35, it's very hard to beat this one because I think the MagSafe Duo by Apple, which only charges 2 devices at the same time, which is your Apple Watch and your iPhone, goes for I think $130. So for $100 less and a third way to charge a device, this is a no-brainer. This is a stocking stuffer. This is a gift that I would recommend to pretty much anybody that's watching this video. And even if you don't have a MagSafe iPhone, it still works perfectly fine, and it gives you that cool animation, which I love to see. So those are my charging solutions of choice. You have the single puck, you have the more robust, kind of more premium style Satechi 3-in-1 charger, and then you have this one by Zebra, which is again a no-name company for the most part, but I've had this one for months and months. I've used it at hotels, used it as a nightstand charger, used it in my backpack, use it on the go. I love this thing. And now we're slowly starting to round off the iPhone accessories, but let's talk about audio very quickly. Very, very easy. I'm using the AirPods Pro 2 as my main audio for the iPhone. Super easy connectivity, obviously. The new improvements to spatial audio, the new improvements to noise cancellation and transparency mode, and the addition of that little speaker, which is something I didn't know that I really wanted, is a nice little addition. Every single time that I put it on a wireless charger, I know that it's charging because it has a little chime. The one thing that I haven't used at all is a little lanyard loop. Some people have, some people love it. I just don't really need it. I don't use it because I'm just not, I don't know, I never lose it. But overall, I think the AirPods Pro 2 were a nice upgrade compared to the Pro 1s. But the AirPods Pro 1 is still a great buy, especially now at the price, especially on Amazon, which I'll link down below. The AirPods Pro, for the price right now, which I think is around 160, 170, depending on when you're watching this video, it is a no-brainer. Because for $250, the AirPods Pro 2 can still be a little bit expensive, but for $160 to $180 to get you 95% of the way of the experience that you get with the Pro 2s, by all means, jump on that one. But then also, if you guys aren't in the AirPods Pro camp, the Soundcore Liberties are amazing in their own right. The Soundcore Liberties are, I think, $150. I'll also link those down below. They have active noise canceling. They have their own version of transparency mode. They have their own application to play with. And then also, they have heart rate sensors in the ear, which is something that people thought Apple was going to put in their AirPods Pro 2. Now, again, I don't really use the heart rate sensors in the ear with the Soundcore Liberties, but it is there if you guys do want to use it. I use my Apple Watch mostly for any health tracking features, but it is there as an additive way to really, I guess, compare almost what something like the Soundcore gives you versus something like an Apple Watch gives you. But those are my 2 recommendations. Definitely go AirPods Pro if you can / if you want. But if you aren't a fan of the AirPods Pro sound, the Soundcore Liberties are really, really nice for the price as well. And now for my last 2 items, I'm going to put this in the miscellaneous category. The first one is a gaming controller that's MFI rated, which is made for iPhone or made for iDevice. I use it with the iPhone and with the iPad. I've been recently using it a lot more with the iPhone because it brings a clip that you can just attach to it. So it's basically an Xbox controller because it is made to work with an Xbox as well, which I love, but obviously it's made for the iPhone as well. So I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K with it and a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare with it, which is absolutely amazing. It's really leveled up my skills in there because I'm competing against people that have not Xbox controllers, but they're playing on their screen. So I absolutely love this one. This is by a company called Moga. They've been around for forever. This is the XP5i Plus. They have a bunch of different variations. This is the one that I have. But again, you have an integrated 3000 milliamp hour battery that you connect from a USB-C to a lightning cable if you need some extra juice while gaming. It's obviously Bluetooth. You have mappable buttons. It's got buttons on the rear, buttons on the front. It's got everything that you would need with a gaming controller for any iDevice. This is a great gift for anybody that has an Xbox, but also wants to use their iPhone or their iPad as their gaming console. And then lastly, we got to throw in a stocking stuffer. This is a little kind of like survival kit by a company called Ampere. They make a bunch of chargers, which we will get one in the studio soon, but this is their little survival kit, which you just slip into a back pocket, put into your backpack. This lives in my backpack because basically it's anything that you would need in a pinch from a connectivity perspective. So it has a cable that you can modify to have a USB-A end, you can have a lightning end, a USB-C end, a micro USB end. So it's got everything that you would need. The cable is a couple inches, I think it's like 3 or 4 inches in length. It does also work with data pass-through if that's something that you need. You can connect it to any power bank that you would need. but it also has a nice little SIM tool in there, so it basically has everything that you would need for an iPhone when you're in a little pickle. I do wish they were able to fit like maybe 1,000 milliamp hours as a quick little top off, but maybe in the next version they'll do that. But this is a great stocking stuffer because for I think $15 to $20, this is a no-brainer for anybody that's like always losing a cable. These need to have this in their purse, in their, fanny pack, in their backpack, whatever the case may be. But that is going to do it for my favorite iPhone accessories for 2022 in this Black Friday edition or this holiday deals edition. I'm going to link every single item in the description down below, as well as some alternatives to those items kind of in the similar category for you guys to check out. And like I said, we are giving away one item, obviously not the iPhone, but we are giving away one accessory item to anybody that comments down below. And I will announce the winner of this video in the next video of this series, because we do have an iPad, a MacBook, a budget, and then finally a desk setup tour, which we're doing, and we're talking about all the accessories for the holiday season. So if you guys did make it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end, and leave some comments down below. Again, what is your favorite accessory? Which one would you want to use? Why would you want to use it? And what is your accessory that maybe wasn't mentioned in here that you want to see mentioned in a future video? But that's going to do it. I'm Fernando. If you guys want to watch some more iPad, Mac, or iOS videos, click on one of these videos right here. But until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.